Have you ever really thought about it? How does that sandwich you had for lunch turn into the energy you're using to, think and move and just live? Well, today we're going to pop the hood and take a look at the incredible biological engine that powers every single thing you do. So let's start with a big question. What does it actually mean to be alive? I mean, it seems pretty simple, right? But the answer isn't just about having a body or a heartbeat. No, it's about something way more active, something that's happening all the time.
And this quote just nails it. Being alive isn't a thing, it's a process. It's a collection of continuous actions your body's performing every single second, even right now, without you having to think about it at all.
So yeah, life is basically a verb. And if that's true, let's take a look at what those action words of life really are. These are the fundamental jobs your body has to do just to keep the whole show on the road. You can see how all these things are totally connected, right? You need nutrition to get fuel, a transport system to move it all around, and a way to get rid of the waste. But for today, we're going to zoom in on the big one, the process that powers all the others, respiration. And that's all about releasing usable energy.
Okay, so how does your body actually do that? This is where we need to clear up a massive misunderstanding about how that food you eat becomes the fuel for your brain. Get this, food is not energy, not directly anyway. It's better to think of food like crude oil. I mean, you can't just pour crude oil into your car's gas tank and expect it to go, right? Of course not. It has to be refined into gasoline first. Well, your body does pretty much the exact same thing. And your body's gasoline is this incredible molecule called ATP. That's short for adenosine triphosphate. This is it. This is the universal energy currency that every single one of your cells spends to get work done. You can't spend a piece of pizza, but your cells can absolutely spend ATP. And where does all this energy refining happen? Inside these tiny little power plants in your cells called mitochondria. You can think of them as the engine rooms. And it makes total sense, right? Cells that need a ton of energy, like your muscle cells, are absolutely packed with thousands more mitochondria than other cells. So if we boil it all down, here's the basic process. Step 1, you eat food. That gives you fuel, specifically glucose. Step 2, you breathe in oxygen. Step 3, your mitochondria take both of those and run them through a whole chemical reaction. And step 4, you get waste products like water and carbon dioxide and, most importantly, lots and lots of that spendable energy, ATP. Okay, that's all well and good for a normal day. But what happens when you need a huge burst of energy, like right now? You're sprinting to catch a bus, your body can't always wait for that super efficient oxygen-fueled process. It has a backup plan, an emergency mode.
And here's that plan. Your body's got two energy systems. The first is aerobic respiration. That's your main engine. It's efficient, it's sustainable, and it needs oxygen. Perfect for a long run or a walk. But then you've got anaerobic respiration. Think of this as your turbo boost. It kicks in when you need energy fast and it doesn't need oxygen. The catch? It's not very efficient and it comes at a price.
You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. That deep, intense burn in your legs after you go all out in a sprint. Well, that feeling is a direct result of your body kicking into that emergency turbo boost mode. But what's actually causing the burn?
The culprit is a substance called lactic acid. It's basically the exhaust, the waste product from that fast, inefficient, no-oxygen anaerobic process. See, when you demand energy faster than you can supply your muscles with oxygen, they switch over to this emergency mode, and lactic acid starts to build up. That's what causes that familiar fatigue and burn.
And this finally explains why you're still gasping for air even after you've stopped running. You've basically built up what's called an oxygen debt. Your body now has to take in all that extra oxygen to break down the lactic acid and get your system back to normal. You're simply repaying the debt.
All right, now for the really cool part. Let's zoom way out for a second. Because this whole process of making energy inside your cells, well, it's actually one half of a beautiful planet-sized cycle. It's really the equation of life itself.
It all starts with plants and the sun. Plants take in carbon dioxide from the air, water from the ground, and using energy from sunlight, they work their magic. They create glucose, which is just a sugar packed with stored energy, and as a byproduct, they release oxygen.
Now, look at the equation for our own respiration. We take in glucose from eating plants or eating animals that ate plants, and we breathe in the very oxygen that plants released. And what do we produce? Carbon dioxide and water, the exact same things plants need to start their process all over again. It's just perfect, isn't it? They are perfect mirror images of each other. Plants use sunlight to store energy in food, and we use that food to release energy. It's this elegant circular exchange that connects every single living thing on this planet.
Which brings us to this mind-blowing idea. The energy you are using right now to listen to me and process this information, it started in the sun, millions of miles away. It was captured by a plant, stored as glucose, and then transferred to you. You are, quite literally, running on stored sunlight.
It's an absolutely amazing system, and our very existence depends on this perfect, delicate balance, which really makes you think, doesn't it? What happens to us and everything else when that cycle gets broken?